Good morning. Welcome to Tai Chi. All right, this morning you're going to need your comfortable clothes. You'll need some comfortable Tai Chi shoes, and yes, second day in a row I remembered my shoes. You're going to need a little bit bigger space than we had on Tuesday because today we're actually going to be making some steps. So you're 3 foot wide, give or take, by however long you need for, say, 3 steps in a row. It can be forward and back or side to side. If you're in a chair, you should know the drill by now. Do what you can do. Don't push too hard, but don't be too light on yourself. And we will be doing quite a bit of arms today, so you'll be able to participate there. I understand you all enjoyed Tuesday's video from the comments that I got, and I really do appreciate your comments. Things about the last video. Okay, I got a note that apparently it stopped transmitting when I stepped outside. Sorry about that. I really did test that beforehand and it was fine, so somehow we lost the signal. I did check the video and what I was trying to show you is on the end of the video. In addition, I did go out later in the day and just take a picture of the wisteria, and I posted that on my Instagram and Facebook page, and I shared it to Wu Lin's page. So if you really want to see what the wisteria looks like, go take a look at that. I have a friend who asked, will you post some other pictures of the flowers? If I can get some good lighting, yes, I will go out and take some other pictures with more artistic bent, and I'll put those up for y'all. The other thing I wanted, a couple of the comments had to do with the breathing that we discussed on Tuesday. So I wanted to go over that for a minute. One of them is many people do breathe very shallowly as a normal routine. We do it, we don't think about it. That's just the way we breathe, which means all of our breath is up here in the top part of our lungs. You should be breathing for both Qigong and Tai Chi as deeply as you can. Bottom of the lungs go down to here. This is where your ribs end. So that's how deep your lungs go. So if when you do your breathing, you inhale through the nose and think about expanding that lung capacity as far down as you can get it. And then exhale, nice and slow. And as I mentioned on Tuesday, think of it like climbing a hill. You're going to inhale all the way up, and then when you get to the top of the hill, you're going to start your exhale. No holding breath. People comment that mine is long. Mine is long through practice. I will tell you I have asthma, and yeah, it's allergy season and it gets ticklish. If you have a breathing condition, asthma, chronic bronchitis, COPD, you may find, especially when you start, that deep breathing is challenging. We breathe and whatever's going on in our lungs starts to tickle and we want to cough. So breathe not quite that deep when you start, but get close. If you keep practicing it, you'll learn to relax and it should get better. The deep breathing, not whatever your condition is. I know the asthma I'm stuck with, but you learn to work with it. Feeling dizzy, especially on what I call number 6, and that's where we bent over and hang on to whatever we can hang on to. First, when you bend over, if you're feeling dizzy on the roll up, don't bend over quite as far. Second thing, make sure you're still breathing when you roll up and when you're down there. So don't stop and hold your breath at any point. And especially during the roll up. I know it starts on an inhale and people go, but I can't inhale all the way up. No, you can't. That's a function of the body. When you get to about this piece, you're rolled in such a way that you're actually going to start compressing your own diaphragm if you continue to roll the spine. Compress the diaphragm, the air has to leave the lungs. If you're trying to continue to inhale while the body is saying, no, I need to push the air out, well, yeah, you're going to have a problem. So just roll with it. Let it exhale nice and slow. And take the come up slow, especially when you get through here. Don't whip through that neck and step that head right back up straight. Keep it slow. And with time and practice, you'll start to adjust to how your body needs you to do it, and that should relieve most of your dizziness. I know myself, some days, the weather, a medication, whatever, and I'll have a little bit of dizziness doing it. And I just slow it down and relax through it. Tuesday's videos are up on Facebook and they're up on YouTube if you missed them. And I did check, like I said, and the wisteria did get filmed on the end of the video. So you can see it there as well as the other places I mentioned. So let's go ahead and get started today, and we'll start with our warm-up. I'm going to move back a little bit. We're going to lace the fingers and rotate the wrists and an ankle. And reverse the circle. We're going to switch feet. Keep that circle going. And reverse it again. And let's do our knees. Okay, hands on knees, on kneecaps. And if you're a beginner, you're just going to do this until I tell you to reverse your circle. For my advanced students, this is where we're at. And reverse it. So beginning students, you should be turning in the circle in the other direction. And lower spine. Try and keep the upper body in one place. We're going to rotate under it. Keep the knees and the hips nice and loose. Feet are only shoulder width apart. And reverse it. Good. All right, feet are still shoulder width apart. Beginning students, you're going to do monk grinds corn. That means arms about 90 degrees. We're going to shift and turn, shift, turn, shift, turn, shift. You keep doing it in this direction until I tell the other class to reverse. If you're in the advanced class, we're going to start with the right hand. Goes down as we shift, just follows along as we turn, up as we shift, and turn. Remember, the hand will stay right near the center line of the torso. I'm hoping by next week we can be outside. It looks like it's finally, hopefully, supposed to warm up. Of course, the wisteria will be pretty much done by then. Sorry. All right, we're going to swap hands and we're going to change direction. So, beginners, change your direction. Good. All right, let's go ahead. We'll do our upper spine. So, feet are still shoulder width. We've got our waist. We want to rotate above it. Remember, we're bending the spine in an S shape. And we're going to reverse it. Okay, and shoulders. As far forward as yours will go. Stretch out that back. And we're going to reverse it. Now, stretch out the front. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And we're going to do the neck. So we look to the side as far as you can. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Tip the head and look down. Gently stretching the neck. And head up. Look to front. Look to the other side as far as you can. Tip the head. Gently stretching the neck. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And head up. Look forward. Halfway to the left. Tuck the chin and look down. Head up. Look front. Halfway to the right. Tuck the chin and look down. front and tuck the chin. And head up. Okay, we're going to do our standing meditation or standing pose. So feet are about shoulder width, toes are parallel, knees on top of the toes, everything faces forward. Relax the knees, relax the lower back, arms up, fingers point toward each other, relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, and practice that deep breathing we're supposed to be doing for Qigong. Nice slow inhale to the bottom of the lungs, and nice slow exhale out. Relax your neck. If you've been on the computer a lot, you'll probably find your head is pushed forward a little bit. Relax the neck, let it slide back so your head is sitting on top of your spine. Do your body checks. Make sure things are still relaxed. Almost there. Breathe through it. And let it go. Good. If I did the count right and could see the clock clearly, that should have been about 3 minutes, 30 seconds. So yeah, if you're a beginner, I'm moving you up in time. And when we get back to class, I will know who's been doing their Tai Chi standing meditation and who hasn't. So if you're just standing around, I'm gonna know. Okay, so what I'd like to do at this point is we're going to go through and review our walk number 1 and our walk number 2. We're just going to do 3 steps each. So, walk number 1, the face in the corner, weights in the right, and step out. and 2, and 3. Okay, number 2, facing, weights on the right, and just put the left foot out and shift. And one more. Good. And walk number 1 again. This is how you drill in a very small space. Three. And stepping left, shift, bring the foot in. Three. We'll do it once more. And 3. And walk number 2. Good. All right, what I'd like to do now is I want to do everything we've done from beginning up through where we ended last week, which is the end of white crane. So I'm going to start out facing this way. So I'll be moving toward you. And we're going to begin with opening. And part the horse's mane. 1. 2. And 3. Now our white crane, half step, hold the ball. Pass the ball to your neighbor. Hand on the table. Down with the right, around with the left, and we end up here. All right, now that last piece, white crane cools wings. That's what we did last week. So let's take another look at that. We started it. Let me move back just a little bit further so you can see feet, I hope. We started it here. So it's our last part, the horse's mane. We do a half step, hold the ball. Weight goes into the right. Push the ball or pass it to your neighbor. Now I'm going to turn to front, and when I do, my right hand pivots on its palm, the left hand drops to the table. And I move my left foot to center, halfway. Turning to the left, I drop the right hand. Turning to the right, I'm bringing the left around with me. Bring my foot in, and when I end, I'm looking at these fingers. So let's do that again. From here, weight is in the left foot, half step, weight back, push the ball out and turn. Down, around, and finish. And once more. Turn, down, around, and finish. So we're going to add on from there. First thing to know about this. Opening position is your last one from white crane. That means I'm facing 45 degrees to the right. My weight is in the right. My left foot is right next to my right foot. Weight's on the right. Do not lock the right knee. You want to keep that nice and loose. Right hand is off the right side seam. Left hand is across the chest. And notice, I will turn a moment. When I mean across the chest, there's space here, but it is at about mid-level chest. Palm is pointing down. Okay? So, footwork. Before I do the footwork, I want to do the next move in a couple different directions, so you'll see what we're doing. Don't follow along yet. We're going to break it out. But I started here. I'm going to do 3 of these. This is brush knee twist step. And just like doing part the horse's mane, it starts with the left foot. It will also end with the left foot. So that was facing you. Let's see. I'm going to do it to that direction. So I start out over here. So you can see as I'm moving toward the left. And I'm a little close to the backdrop, but you'll get the idea. And if I'm moving to the right, you'll notice it's a very balanced move. If you think about it in comparison to brush knee, I don't say not brush knee, part the horse's mane, you should notice some differences. We'll get to those in a minute. So that gives you an idea of what it looks like from a couple different angles. Footwork. Did you happen to notice the footwork? Let's go over the footwork. You start out facing 45 to the right. Relax the knees. Weight's on the right leg. I'm going to step out with the left. Does this sound familiar? It should. And we turn. Count is when the weight is in the foot. So this is 2. And 3. We end, weight forward in the left leg. That's walk number 1. Same footwork we use for part the horse's mane. So if you're having a little trouble with the walk, back up a few videos and you can check the walk. But it's the same walk we've been doing. It's the one we just drilled. So we're going to spend a good bit of this morning focusing on what are the hands doing for this one. So if you remember, we started out facing 45 to the left. We're not going to do the feet right now. So you can stand with your feet about shoulder width, but I want you to turn so your body's 45 to the left. Because as you walk, your body does these turnings. We're going to need those turnings. And we're here. Right hand off the side seam, elbow relaxed, fingers about shoulder width, about shoulder height, give or take. Left hand across the chest. We're going to focus on the right hand, so you can drop the left. We're going to fold it in, and we're going to turn to the front, and it's just going to travel forward. Turn to the left. It bends at the elbow across the chest. We turn forward, it'll drop down to the table. Turn, and it rises up. Folds in, forward, turn, down, up, fold in, forward, turn, down, up. So if you hit these four points, I think there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 4. If you hit the 4 of them, you're in the right area. Now, one thing some people find helpful is to follow their hand. Now, you notice I'm not turning my head a whole lot separately from my body till I get to here, and then I'm turning and looking at the fingers. But from there, it slides back in, so it's now in line with my body. I'm looking forward to the left as the hand went left, and then down. I'm looking forward again. Right now, just breathe normally. This is just a drill. Good. What's the left hand doing? It's obviously not sitting here behind our back. So we were here. Right hand out, left hand across the chest. So relax the left hand. We're going to turn forward. It's going to drop down to that table. Remember, table is about a thumb's width off your lower hip. We're going to turn to the left. It rises up, folds in, turn to the front, and back to our beginning point. Down, up, in, out. It's the same 4 points, they're just in a slightly different order. So 1, 2 is down, 3 is up, 4 out is 5. So this one, see, I always have trouble with the count on this. That's why I don't count them. It's the same positions. Again, using the head. In this position, I'm already facing to my right, so my head is normal. Down, turn, and I'm going to look to the back fingers. So I'm looking at here. They should be about shoulder width. Fold it in. I'm looking in line with my torso to my left. Forward. and back to beginning. Good. Shake the arms out for a minute. Now we're going to put them both together. And you'll notice it should flow pretty smoothly. So leave the feet where they are. Don't worry about those yet. We're going to turn our 45 degrees to the right. Keep your knees relaxed. Don't lock them. Right hand is off the side seam. Left hand is on the front, and you're looking at the fingers. Now I'm going to bring my hand in and start dropping my left. Turn to front. So by the time I get here, right hand's out front, left hand sitting on the table. Now I'm going to turn to my left, 45 degrees. I bring my right hand in, bring my left hand up, and I look at my left fingers. Fold it in, start the travel of the right, turn, and here. And up. Fold it in, front, left. Fold it in, front, left. Sorry, it's right. Fold it in, front, to the left. Fold it in, front, to the left. Right. Fold it in, front, left. Fold it in, front, right. Fold it in, okay, think you got it? Good. Now we're going to put it with feet. All right. Remember I said, you know the feet. Thing to know about feet. When you start doing hands, feet like to take a trip to Fiji. It's okay. They'll come back. Just keep working with them. So we're going to start out our 45 degrees to the right. Right hand's off the side seam. Left hand is across the chest. Relax the knees. Weights in the right foot. Now, as I push my left foot out, I'm going to fold my arm in. Shift. Now my weight is in my left foot. My right hand is forward. My left hand is sitting on the table. Sit back. Turn to my left. Shift my weight. Fold my right arm in so it's across my chest, and I bring my left arm up, and I'm looking at my left fingers. Weight is in my left foot. I'm going to put my right foot out, fold my arm in, shift, forward. Weight's now in the right foot. My left hand is forward. My right foot hand is on the table. Turn, shift, and bring your foot up. At the same time, my right hand rises. Left foot out, fold the arm in, shift, turn. This is where it's going to end. Left foot forward, right hand forward, left hand on the table. So let's do that again. We're here. Foot out, fold the arm in. Shift and turn. Back. Now right foot, fold the left arm in and turn. And again. This would be number 2. Weight is on the right. Left arm is forward. Three. Oh, let's do it again. It's always a good drill. In the 24 form, this is done the 3 times. The same as part the horse's mane. Interestingly enough, in the 88 form, this is done a lot more than part the horse's mane. Okay, couple things I want you to note, especially if you're more into the advanced class, things to start looking for. Body alignment in relation to arms. As in all of them, the arm is not straight. See, straight arm. It's relaxed. Shoulders down, elbows down, fingers, whether they're palm up or palm down. There, maybe you can see a little better. Palm up, palm down. Fingertips end up being just about even with my shoulder, both sides. Now, when I bring it in, whether it's right side or left, and I push it out, notice the position of my hand. It's slightly palm forward. It's not drastic. It's more like that. This is my center line. It's sitting right in my shoulder area. My elbow is out. See, got space. Shoulder is down. When I do this, there's very little movement in this shoulder. I'm not using hardly any of this at all. All of it's taking place right here. So there's no rising, no squishing. And this is true left side as well. When you fold it in, you keep that shoulder down and it comes forward. And the handle set right about your shoulder area. Here's your center point. And when you turn to the side, see, the same curve is still in the arm. I'm not extending outward. Also want you to note the alignment of my body in relation to my quad, my trunk, my hip girdles, and my legs. When I do this from the side, spine is still straight. I'm not leaning into this and shifting my center of gravity way out over the front of my feet. I want to stay inside my space. So I'm still firmly in my left leg or my right leg, whichever leg happens to be forward. Hands don't cross center lines. So when I bring this one up, let's see, it was here. When I fold it in, if I were to turn and face you, you would see that my center line is falling between my fingertips and my wrist. Remember, this is my center line. So I don't want to be bringing this all the way over here. It should be here. The other thing I want to be aware of is this space. This is my space. I want to keep it. So I don't want this way in here. It also means when I do the brush, because this is the brushing piece, put my foot out And I'm going to drop this down, rotating around the elbow to here, and then turning here. I need to keep this space. I'm not brushing in way up here. I'm not brushing my knee off. It's called brush knee. So we want this. The arm is almost extended, but again, note the bend in the arm. Timing on this one is a little harder to specifically state when you do something. And many of you know, people say, should I do A before I do B when doing Tai Chi? And I say, well, the reality is it's Tai Chi. The answer is always as. However, when you're learning, yes, do A before B. So that's why I say timing on this one is a little bit tricky. If we're here, this would be an inhale, roughly speaking. Foot out, you're going to start an exhale. I sit back. This is all an inhale. And this is all an exhale. So for starters, that's a good place to start trying to key up breath with body movement in this. Like I said, you may find over time that you need to adjust yours a little bit. That's quite all right. That's about all I had for today. I hope you enjoyed this morning. Gave us a good chance to go over a move that's actually quite interesting. And the more you do it, the more interesting it becomes. Comments and questions, as always, put them in the section below. And I really do read them. And I really do like to see them because that's how I know that you're actually listening to what I'm saying. Believe me, for someone like me, I am so used to feeding off what you give me in class. This is really a different way of doing it. Next session will be Tuesday at 11 in the morning. So I hope we'll see you here. And for my advanced students, I am working on how we can do a session where we do a session of 88 and you all can follow. The difficulty I'm having is until it warms up outside, I do not have enough room here to set up the camera and give me enough room to do the form. So that's my difficulty right now. Every place I set the camera, it cuts off pieces of the form. But once the weather warms up, I have 3/4 of an acre out there. I'm sure I can find a space where I can put the camera and have plenty of room to do form. So working on it, definitely working on it. Videos will be where they have been on the Facebook page. That's the Wulin Institute Facebook page. If you haven't followed it, please do. It'll be eventually under videos. You can look for it there. Please like our page, like our videos. It's the only way we keep their algorithm being nice to us. On the YouTube channel, it will be under the Wulin Institute YouTube channel. And if you happen to know some of our fellow students who may not be on Facebook, please let them know that they're on the YouTube channel if you can get a chance to, chat with them online or something. And if you haven't chatted with some of your fellow students online and you can, please call them on the phone. Make sure everybody's okay. Some of you I haven't heard from or seen hiding their hair out since this all started, and I'm hoping you're okay. So please, let them know, yes, they're there. You can follow along on YouTube. You can stop them. And that's the Wulin Institute YouTube channel, not my name. Other than that, keep up your training. Practice, practice, practice. Like I said, when we all get back together again, I'll know who's been working and who hasn't. Other than that, I will see you all on next week on Tuesday. Have a good weekend.